Howdy guys, it's your boy Blue Wolf 100, aka I Hate Weeaboos, and make sure you like, comment, and subscribe this video if you're enjoying this the blue Wolborg right here. But yeah, I recently got this blue Wolborg a few days ago, and this is the first Wolborg Layer I've owned during Burst. So I'm going to test it out because it was one of the more popular layers during Classic at first. It was first popularized by Instaburst when he and his dad used it at an unranked tournament, and the guy who got second also used it as well. And it's become one of the more popular layers in Classic since then. So back when I first wrote the tournament report, when I played against Wolborg, I basically compared it to the Takara Tomy Wyvern. So I'm gonna see exactly where it stacks up in comparison to that, as well as a few other layers. So let's test this thing out. Let's see if the hype is justified. Alright, so the first thing we're going to be comparing is Wolborg's just normal stamina on Heavy Revolve versus Wyvern Heavy Revolve. Alright, so that is actually a solid 5-0 win for Wyvern. I know I said these two seem to be about equal in the tournament report. This is the first time actually testing them against each other, so I guess Wyvern came out on top so far. Okay, so what I'm gonna measure next is burst defense. So I'm gonna be using Wyvern Heavy Revolve and Wolborg Heavy Revolve once again, but I'm gonna be putting them both up against, where is it? Devore Heavy Prevail-S. I'm using Prevail now because it's tighter than my cycle was. But I'll see which one loses less clicks or bursts less. Let's count that as a KO, but like still count the number of clicks. whole burst, wow. Alright, now we're gonna do Wolborg. Bashes right there. Alright, so for how it's stacking up now, Devore won 2 battles against Wyvern, but one was a KO. It bursted both of them once, and Wyvern lost a total of 9 clicks over those 5 rounds, and Wolborg lost a total of 8, meaning that Wolborg may have slightly better burst resistance than Wyvern. I also feel like Wolborg was taking bigger hits than Wyvern was and not losing as many clicks. So that might also mean something. Alright, so last but not least, let's test out its KO defense compared to Wyvern. I'll be using the same 2 combos for Wolborg and Wyvern, but I'm going to be testing against Victory, Valkyrie, Knuckle, Quick Dash. That was easily a wall save right there. First. Okay. Okay, so based on the 5 rounds of testing I did with each of these, which I'll definitely do more later, it's just that I didn't want to drag out the video too much. Wyvern got KO'd twice, outspun twice, and bursted once. And Wolborg got KO'd once, bursted once, and outspun 3 times. So, it outspun D2. So that means that Wolborg may be slightly better at KO defense as well, but we'll have to do more tests to determine that for sure. Alright, so now that that's over, let's check out the individual results. I actually did the full rounds of testing for all of these off camera, but I didn't include all of them just to keep the video a reasonable length. So for just the mirror match on Heavy Revolve, Wyvern won 90% of the time, so 9 wins and then 1 loss. Wolborg outspun it once. And for the burst resistance testing, Wyvern had a 65% win rate, bursted 6 times total, and had an average of 2.25 clicks lost, compared to Wolborg, which only bursted 4 times, had a 75% win rate, and had an average of 1.55 clicks lost. So, based on what I've got so far, it's safe to say that Wolborg is better for burst resistance. And for the KO defense testing, so Wyvern was KO'd a total of 7 times, and had an overall win rate of 45%, while Wolborg was only KO'd 4 times and had an overall win rate of 55%. Granted, these definitely aren't my best benchmarks with attack. I've not touched my Beyblade stuff in probably a little over a month, so I'm a bit rusty with my sliding shoot. But it seems that overall Wolborg seems to be the more defensive option, while Wyvern will beat it 1v1 in a stamina match. So I hope this answers some questions about how good actually is Wolborg. It's been one of the new untested parts that got super popular during Classic. So next up I'm probably gonna do Bullet once I get that. So I'll see you guys then, hopefully.